based on what you heard at the first debate, what topics do you think are important to hear at this next debate that might have been missed at the last one?
That's a really good question, because I think when you reflect back upon the first debate, we had so many ancillary factors, like whether it was the Trump interview with Tucker that were sort of muddying the waters, and the fact that they were not prepared for, what is it, Vivek, that sounds like cake, right? So he sort of dominated. So now I think it's going to be just drilling down on those issues. And I do think it's important to know who stands for continuing the war in Ukraine and how much should be spent there. I think that's a big one. And what do we want to do about our children's education? Governor DeSantis has been great in Florida about protecting our children from indoctrination in schools. I think obviously we know the economy, gas prices, grocery store prices, all of those sorts of things. The Chinese Communist Party and their role, and how we're going to bring manufacturing jobs back, and how we're going to stop our infringement of intellectual property. I think some of those are the top line issues, but I think it's going to be these fighting personalities to get a word in edgewise, because Vivek's really the strongest one up there, whether you like it or not. And they were all trying to attack him, but then they didn't make their own points. Like, nothing that they were saying was landing. They were too busy trying to steal the air back from him, because he really, really stole the show.
Mark, what issues do you think? Like, I realized the last debate, we didn't talk anything about veterans. We didn't talk anything about the Second Amendment. I mean, to Aaron's point, very little about China and fentanyl and all this. And then obviously our military and the strength. I mean, I feel like a lot got overlooked last time. And I wonder how much needs to get covered this in new areas.
Well, the thing I worry about most in some of those areas is that it's just going to be a check the box, because, I mean, for the most part, every candidate who's running, they're all running on the same platform. They're just arguing over style. So, I would be shocked if someone was not in favor of the Second Amendment or any of those issues. How they're going to get tough with China would be very important.
Yep.
And I would love to see them really talk about parents' rights, because it's not just about the indoctrination in schools, but it is the radical woke left, the teachers unions that are telling moms they've got no business knowing what's going on in their kids' schools, and we're going to do stuff with your kids behind your back and not tell you about it. And that is something, I mean, we talked, and Sean, as you so well know, I mean, we talked about what? Walmart moms, soccer moms, over the course of many elections. This is going to be angry moms. Because if you tell mom what she doesn't know, what she doesn't have a right to know, she's going to fight back.